Alright, what's up everybody? Back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today we're going to be talking about yesterday's game 2 of the NBA Finals between the Heat and Nuggets. A very good game, big bounce back game from Miami. We got a lot to talk about with this one. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. Really upset a lot looking at the stats, analytics stuff. About a little bit less than 1% of you that actually watch the videos are subscribed. So, hit the subscribe. I really appreciate it a whole lot. And yeah, I don't want to waste any more of your time. So let's get right into it. So we're coming into last night in Denver. Game 2 of the finals. Denver convincingly wins game 1. Big bounce back game needed for the Miami Heat. For the Heat, they make a change in the starting lineup. Kevin Love is back in the starting lineup to take Caleb Martin out. This is a big thing I was talking about, and a lot of people were talking about that Kevin Love should be playing because of the Nuggets' size. Guys like Aaron Gordon dominating the paint. Kevin Love gets the start now. And coming into this game, Miami came out hot. Max Strus, who went 0 for 10 in game 1, 0 for 9 from 3, came out, hit 4 threes in the first quarter. He came out, he was really balling. Gabe Vincent as well. And the Nuggets just really looked like they lacked energy coming out of this game. I talk about energy, I think, every game, or about everything. But I think it's really, really important having that energy, having that kind of, that energy, having that confidence to yourself, come out and come out with intensity. And the Nuggets didn't really do that on the defensive end, especially. The defensive end, just lack of communication. A lot of just switches that weren't made because Nuggets didn't really communicate well or didn't tell hey, go switch. They just kind of not a lot of communication. It led to a lot of open threes, which the Heat really took advantage of. Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Bam was still doing solid. But then Nuggets make it a little closer at the end of the first, 26-23. But then we go to the second, and the Nuggets start off great. Nuggets go on a big run, and they lead by 12 at one point in the second, and that was because of the bench. Bruce Brown and Christian Braun, the Browns, came in and provided great energy. Christian Braun especially came in after not doing much throughout the entire playoffs. Did he play game 1? I'm not even sure. I don't even remember if he played game 1. He might play a few minutes, but he came into the game and was doing everything. He was making great hustle plays, playing good defense, getting his hands on everything. He got a couple of steals, cutting to the rim, getting easy layups, making nice passes. He was just doing everything on the court. It was a big spark that they really needed. Him, Jeff Green as well, hitting shots, Bruce Brown doing Bruce Brown things. And that energy that started on defense started forcing turnovers, and it bled into the rest of the team and the crowd, as well as in Denver went up 12 early in the second quarter, 13. Actually, they went up 15 at one point. A little bit later, 2 minutes left in the second quarter. But then the Heat came back. The starters came back in. Gabe Vincent was hitting shots. Gabe Vincent was big in this game. Jimmy was a little bit more aggressive, and the Nuggets led by 6 at halftime. The Nuggets outscored the Heat 34-25 in the second quarter. We go to the third quarter, and it's still kind of the same. The Heat come out hot. Gabe Vincent was amazing in this game. Kevin Love even hit a 3-pointer early in this game, and it's very back and forth. The Nuggets, again, not really much was happening, so Jokic was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go get buckets now. Jokic had a very big third quarter. He scored 18 points in the third quarter. He was just, no one really could stop him. He was hitting threes. He was driving, hitting layups, giving it to him inside, and just hook shots. It was just too easy. But because it was only Jokic, the Heat role players, kept him in the game. Gabe Vincent, Bam, Kyle Lowry. The Nuggets led by 8 at the end of the third quarter. They went on a little run at the end of the third. Then we go to the fourth quarter, and Duncan Robinson, who hasn't done anything all game, comes in and gets hot. Hits a layup, hits another 3-pointer, cuts into the basket. He was on fire. Even got to the rim, hit a layup, and then flexed in the mean mug. And I was like, oh, shoot. Here comes Miami. And the Nuggets weren't really doing much. The zone actually was affecting the Denver Nuggets because Jokic was in the game early. They had to bring him back in. He was getting to the paint and getting to the line. But every time the Nuggets tried to make it a 3-point game, he had a response. Jimmy Butler started to come alive after he was not being aggressive throughout most of the game. He came in, hit a big 3-pointer, and then hit a big and one with 6 minutes left to make it a 7-point lead. Bam was playing really good. He had a big and one dunk. Michael Porter Jr. to put him up 11. And it was just, yeah. And then Caleb Martin hit a step back 3 with 3 minutes left, and they thought, okay, it's over. Up by 12 with 3 minutes left, but then the Nuggets come back. Aaron Gordon hits a three. Heat missed. Jamal Murray hits a three-pointer. But then Jimmy hits a big pull-up jumper with 2 minutes left to go up 9. Bruce Brown hits a pull-up. Jamal Murray hits another three. And all of a sudden, it's a three-point game with 1 minute left. Bam Adebayo gets fouled inside. He hits both free throws. Jokic hits a little turnaround jumper to make it a three-point game. The last possessions, Jimmy Butler tried to make a step-back three to seal the game. He misses. Nuggets come down the court. Jamal Murray has the ball. There's a lot of stuff going on. Jamal gets it one-on-one. I think he's getting guarded by Jimmy Butler. Takes a step-back three, and it just misses off the rim at the last second, and the Heat escape with a 111 to 108 win and tie the series at 1 apiece. What a game this was. The Nuggets actually shot better from the field than the Heat. The Nuggets shot 52%, but the Heat shot 49%. But the three-point shooting, the Heat hit 17 threes in this game, shot just under 50% from three, while the Nuggets shot just 11 for 28, 39%. The free throw line, the Heat in the first game only took 2 free throws. They took 20 in this game. They hit 18 of them. The Nuggets took 22, hit 19 of them. Heat forced 13 Nugget turnovers, which is big because the Nuggets aren't a big turnover team. So that's big. The Heat also assisted the Nuggets by 5. The Nuggets still won the rebounding battle. But the Heat just play overall just a way better game, on both ends. They came out with energy. They kind of settled into this game. Everybody really got involved. They got a lot of help from everyone else. Hit big shots they needed to and forced turnovers. They just played really, really well. It was Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent had an amazing game. 23 points in this game. Shot 8 for 12, hit 4 threes. He was amazing. The entirety of this game from the jump. He was hitting big shots. The pick and roll, he was doing very, very well. Making the right decisions. And he's been big this entire playoff run. He had been relying on guys like Gabe Vincent and them for this entire playoff run, and they've really delivered. And he delivered in a big way last night, hitting big, big shots that he needed to. Then Jimmy, 21, 4, and 9, shot 7 for 19, hit 2 3-pointers as well. Wasn't really being as aggressive as you think until the last few minutes, which is really good. But really, it was the role players holding them on until Jimmy started to wake up. Bam had another good game as well, 21, 9, and 4 with 2 blocks, shot 8 for 14. He's been very good throughout the first 2 games of this series, really attacking Jokic, making Jokic work on the defensive end, and then doing all the other things as well, rebounding, trying to play his best defense as possible because you can't really stop Jokic. Then Duncan Robinson, 10 points, hit 2 threes, all in the fourth quarter, was big. Max Strus had 14 points, a big bounce back game, hit 4 3-pointers, also had 6 assists. And then Kevin Love had 10 rebounds in the start with 2 3-pointers. He was really good at, just being a bigger body out there, rebounding the ball, making good passes, hitting threes when they needed him to. He's just doing all the little things that were really, really good that the Heat really needed out of one of their bigger guys. But the Heat, they play really well. They found kind of a little bit of a game plan. They're spreading the floor, hitting 3-pointers. When they're hitting threes, they're a very tough team to stop. Offensively, they're attacking the rim, getting to the free throw line, hitting 3-pointers, doing amazing on the offensive end, taking advantage of the Nuggets' turnovers and miscues on defense. And then, defensively, they kind of found the thing. They did the thing. They forced Jokic to score or let Jokic score and stopped everybody else. Look at the Nuggets scoring. Nikola Jokic had 41, 11, and just 4 assists. Shot 16 for 28 from the field. Had 5 turnovers to 4 assists, which is very rare to see for Jokic. But they were letting Jokic get buckets, and Jokic was getting buckets, man. Jokic was hitting everything. He was doing everything possible to win. But look at the others. Jamal Murray had 18 and 10 assists, but he didn't really start shooting the ball, scoring the ball to the last few minutes. But he had a couple of 3-pointers. He shot 7 for 15, 3 for 8 from 3. Aaron Gordon had 12 and 7. Bruce Brown had 11 5 off the bench. But the other 2 starters, KCP and Michael Porter Jr., combined for 11 points and combined to shoot 3 for 12 from the field and 2 for 9 from 3. They really were just stopping the shooters because, the shooters are the ones that Michael Porter Jr., KCP hit threes. That's when it really starts to get going, and that's when the Nuggets really start to be like, oh, shoot, how do we stop this team? But because they were letting Jokic kind of do his thing and closing out on guys like Michael Porter Jr., KCP, weren't allowing them to get hot. And so those two really weren't out there not doing well. Michael Porter Jr. only played 26 minutes in this game because, he was just not shooting the ball. 1 for 6 and 3. And then KCP played a lot of minutes because defensively he was good, but he just kept fouling. There was 2 times late in the fourth quarter where he fouled on a 3-pointer for no reason. He just jumped into a player for no reason. I was like, KCP's way better than that. He's way smarter than that. That was not good. But the Nuggets bench, provide a lot of energy, and that probably was that's a big thing for the Nuggets as well. Jeff Green had 9 points. He got to the free throw line a lot. Christian Brown coming in and playing some good minutes. Probably is a great sign as well for the Nuggets for the future. But yeah, the Nuggets, it was really just he kind of were like, let Jokic score and stop everyone else from doing anything, and it worked. We've seen throughout the entire playoffs, throughout the entire last few years of Jokic being Jokic. Jokic isn't a dude that wants to go out and put up 40, 45. He's not that type of player. He does it when he has to, like last night when like literally no one else is doing anything. But he's not a dude that wants to come out and drop 50 on you. He's a dude that is cool with getting his 25, 24, maybe even like 18, 19 and necessary, but getting a lot of assists because that means now you got to worry about now Jamal Murray's got 30, KCP's got 15, Michael Porter Jr.'s got 18, Aaron Gordon's got 14, Bruce Brown's got 12. Now you have to worry about everybody else. But if you just let Jokic do his own thing and not let everyone else get hot, you have a lot better of a chance to beat this team, especially if you have the right recipe. And the Heat did by letting Jokic score, then turning the ball, forcing turnovers to everyone else, and then playing really good on the offensive end. And so now we're going to Miami for Game 3 and Game 4 in a 1-1 series now. Game 3 for Denver, they need Jamal Murray to step up bigger and earlier. Jamal Murray didn't really do anything until the last 2-3 minutes. Jamal Murray needs to be aggressive at the entirety of the game. I know it's very tough because now they have Jimmy Butler guarding Jamal Murray, so it's going to be very, very tough. But Jamal Murray, I think, is good enough of a player. He needs to find a way to be more aggressive in this game. I think Jamal Murray being more aggressive, especially when throughout the entirety of the game, is big. And they just need to communicate on defense, man. There's just so many times where, they just weren't communicating, and Michael Porter Jr. or Jamal Murray or someone just left a wide open shooter, or KCP even a few times, and they just need to communicate and get and lock down their 3-point defense, honestly, because at the rim, it's not that much you can do at the rim, especially with Jokic being your center, not gonna get a lot of blocks and stuff. But the perimeter shooting, they have guys like KCP, Aaron Gordon are some great perimeter defenders. Jamal Murray isn't bad in himself. Of course, the only one is Michael Porter Jr. is not a good defender. And it's funny because I was just giving him compliments in Game 1 because I was like, he's not usually a good defender, but in the playoffs, he's been very decent. And then this game, he did not have a good defensive game. So they just got to really tighten up the communication on defense and the lockdown on defense. And they also need Jamal Murray to be a lot more aggressive. For Miami, I love that their shooters are confident. They're going to keep needing the guys like Gabe Vincent and Max Strus and Tucker Robinson to show up in this game because that's a big key, especially against this Nuggets team, to keep winning. They need Jimmy, I think, to be more aggressive early in this game. He did do very well late in this game, but Jimmy Butler, I think, needs to be a lot more aggressive in games and a little bit more better. Even though it's going to be tough because he has a big defensive assignment, but I think they need Jimmy to step up a lot more. And then defensively, just keep forcing turnovers. Keep mucking up the Nuggets on the defensive end, leads to easy transition points. So keep turning the ball over, and Jimmy Butler needs to keep being Jimmy Butler. That's a big thing for Game 3. But I was very excited to see how the Nuggets adjust to this. This is their first loss at home in this playoffs, and it's the first time really getting, beat. Where it's like, dang, we just flat out lost this game. Even though it felt like that they were so close. Because the last 2 minutes, they started hitting their shots. But this is a series now, man. A lot of people were saying after Game 1, it might be over already. But Miami came out and proved everybody wrong that they've been doing this entire playoff run. And now we have a series, man. I'm very, very excited for Game 3. Yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you like the content around here, consider subscribing, turn notifications, all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.